Okay, internet world, help me out with this. So this is a TEG thermoelectric generator array. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Peltiers TEGs on this side, and then another 8 on that side. These 8 are all wired in series. These 8 are all wired in series, and then they're combined together in parallel. Each TEG at maximum delta T is rated to 4.8 volts. So 4.8 times 8 is your max voltage, and then times 2 amperage because of the parallel part. But that's all in theory at max delta T. I'm not on that. I'm on a hot plate that's only heating the center. Above all of the TEGs are cooling blocks, aluminum cooling blocks, which is hooked up to the tubing here. And I've got a pump running with water to keep it cold. The pump is on a motor speed switch here, so it's at 75%. I can crank that up, 100%, go down. That goes into my controller. You can see on the far right over there the load, 3 amps. I'm going to crank it up all the way, 0.8 amps. Okay, so we've got some interesting signs here. So this is, I'm going back and forth on what's happening here, but we'll just take a look at it right now. It's showing that it's charging the battery and it's using a load. I've got 15 volts being generated and 0.4 amps coming in from the solar panel. The battery, however, is saying 0.5 amps coming in, and the voltage of the battery is matching the voltage of the current being used, or sorry, not the current, but the power being drawn out. If I turn the pump off, you'll see there we go, the load on it goes to 0, and the voltage goes up a little bit more. If I turn it completely off on here, well, let's see what it says. 12.1, so still hasn't changed. So we'll leave that on. The pump running, that is. I want to keep it cooling. But I've got questions about the numbers that I'm seeing here. So pretty low power, right? 15.6 volts at 0.4 amps. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. When I test this out on short circuit voltage, short circuit amperage, I see around 2.3 amps, and open circuit voltage, I'm seeing like 22, 23 volts. But when I plug it into the controller, it drops it down, and I really never see over 0.8 amps at most, 0.6 right there going into the battery. So I don't understand why it's not showing the 2.3 amps going in. So right now, let's do some multimeter tests. I'm on voltage, and I've got up here at volts. So we'll just test at the terminals on the top, going hot to hot. Ooh, let's see if I can do this. So 16 volts, 16.5 volts, roughly the same. Yeah, so those are more of those numbers. And let's switch this now to amperage, to current. We'll go to 10 amps fuse. Again, we'll just go back into the tops of the terminal lugs, hot to hot, cold to cold, 2.4 amps, but 0 amps. All right, so showing nothing right now. There we go. Ooh, just went up to 24 volts. So this thing jumps around a lot too in its voltage that it's reading. 0.1 amps, 19 volts. I was unplugged there during that. Let me line back up. Okay, 2.4 amps, 0 amps. So what is going on? Why? And then it shoots back up to high voltage, but no charging. The battery is not fully charged. I mean, the battery you saw was at 12.1 volts with nothing draining from it. When there's a load on it, it's 11.8, right? This thing says 37% battery percentage, charge level. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's certainly not fully charged, so it's not in float mode. So I don't understand what's going on there. Do I have a bad connection? I mean, I don't necessarily think so. I've unplugged a lead from this, just the negative side of the solar, or the TEG part coming out, and ran it in series into the multimeter and then back into here, and I was showing, again, 2.3 amps on this, but only 0.4 amps being charged there. Should I just not be trusting this device, this MPPT controller? Is it actually doing more charging than what I'm seeing? Should I get rid of this charger? Should I be looking for a loose connection in all of these? So each one of these TEGs, right, has a black and red, hot and neutral, positive and negative lead coming out of it. And I've just soldered the ends together, and then I used liquid electric tape to insulate the ends. I know this is really ugly, but like I could redo all of that, each one of those connections, and see if there's a loose connection, but I don't think there is. I've done the same. I've unplugged everything over here. I just don't know why this power is so low. These voltage and amperage readings are just so incredibly low, considering its open and short circuit measurements for voltage and amperage are substantially higher. I know that those drop down somewhat, if your max open circuit short circuit amperage is 3 amps, then your actual max power delivery is like 2.5, right? There is a little step down, but not from the 2.4 we were seeing down to 0.3. I mean, that's just a drastic drop. So if anyone out there has experience, or if you have experience with thermoelectric generators and MPPT controllers, and what I should be doing differently to make this amperage go up and this power charging capability go up, that would be really helpful.